Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for making time to join us in our conversation as we look at the wider spectrum of our country, the challenges around the same, and the solutions available. One of the greatest antidote to the ills that are taking place in our country, in this nation, is the role that the church plays, especially in the interior, where they say that angels are afraid to go. We have people who have decided that they will go there and make the place better. Our guest is one of the people serving in the hostile environment as they plant churches, establish schools, and ensure that development is not a city thing. It can also take place in the village. And so I call upon you to be part of the conversation. Send in your questions, your comments, and of course, we need you to invite in more people to join in the discussion. Well, to help us in the conversation is our friend. How are you, sir?
I'm very fine. Thank
Please
you.
give us your names and what you do.
Well, thank you so much for such a good honor and an opportunity. Well, I'm Pastor Simon Ejo Locato. Yes, born again, not born against.
Oh, you're born again, not against.
Yes.
You will be explaining what that means, yes? Yes.
Yeah, I would like to take this opportunity and honor to recognize my Bishop, Dr. Celeste Canali, for making it possible for me to find myself in such a good place this morning.
You're most welcome. Thank you.
Yes.
Yes, so you are a missionary where and how is the place?
Wow, I am a missionary in Turkana County, of course, and also a pastor of Life Gate Church, Lodwar Town.
Okay.
Yes. Of course, that is northeastern part of Kenya. That is Turkana.
Okay.
Yes.
So how is the situation in Turkana generally?
Of course, we can say the grace is sufficient, but of course, we have a lot of challenges. Yeah, it's a harsh climate. Of course, our sun rays is 36, 37 degrees centigrade, you know,
That's why you are gaining height.
and the skin color.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, please.
So in that hot environment, is it to the advantage of the work you do or a disadvantage?
Well, I can say in every situation, there are reasons to why God positions you in a certain area. I cannot say it's a disadvantage or an advantage. We really appreciate God to position us in a certain area.
Okay.
Yes.
So what are some of the, I would say, hardships in being able to operate in that kind of an environment? The temperatures are very high. I am sure there is a scarcity of water, things like that. And then here you have a call of God to be there. How
Well,
do you operate?
Thank you. Challenges are there, of course, being a dry area. And with the missions, of course, Turkana County is bordered by 3 nations. That is Uganda, South Sudan, and Ethiopia. And so we do extend our services to these areas. And one of the challenges is hostility of these neighboring tribes. There is a lot of cattle rustling. There is a lot of, community conflict, Yes. And spreading the word of God, we just go by grace of God, because you find in these communities, many of them, they believe that they naturally, I can say, Turkana are pastoralists.
Yes.
And in another way, we have the Ateker community. The Ateker community, we speak the same dialect but in different nations. And so each and every person believe that they are the one to own the livestock.
Oh, livestock belongs to them.
Yes. The Turkana say it's theirs.
Traditionally.
Yes. The Nyangatom from Ethiopia, the Dasnach, say it's theirs.
Okay.
And of course, we have also the Toposa from South Sudan. They believe God gave them, not Turkana, not the Nyangatom. So you find them, the conflict arises because each and everyone believe that you're not supposed to have this.
Let me understand something here.
Yes.
These are three communities
Yeah.
who are existing in three different nations,
Yes.
sharing the same culture,
Yes.
and everybody's claiming ownership.
Yes.
So, is this by, let's say, the mistake of the people who did the demarcation of the nation? They split one family into three, or they just found themselves in that environment?
Of course, in history, there was the origin. On course of traveling from one place to another in search of greener pastures, of course. So others remained in South Sudan.
Yes.
Those are the Toposas. And then also we believe that those who came from River Omo, coming these ends of Kenya now, those are the Nyangatom. So they remained there, and we extended now, we Turkana, we came towards now the demarcation, the area of Turkana. And of course, we didn't stop there. We extended now to Uganda. That is the Karamojongs. They are called the Ateker.
Yes.
And then also, they never stopped from there. They extended, that's why we have the Teso.
Okay.
Yeah. We speak the same dialect, but of course, there is a little, change, difference.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what role does the church play in all this resolving the conflict? Because that's already a recipe for conflict.
One, we are bringing peace, and we are preaching peace. And so, in order to bring peace, we need to preach this gospel, take this gospel to them. And you find many of them do not know, they are illiterate, of course. And so one of the challenges is that whenever you preach to them and you want to give them the Bibles to read, so they are not able to read and write. So that's one of the challenges. And two, when they see men or servants of God or missionaries coming, one, they see food. They see hope. And so as a source of, as someone who is coming to preach to them, and their expectation is the word and the meal of the day, because the place is dry. We do not plant any crops because our soil is not that all good for any plant. And then two, we have issues of water. Many of the Turkana or the Ateker community work for quite long to look for this water. And of course, even if they get from oasis or maybe a seasonal river that we have maybe in such a place. And you find that the same water is being shared by the dogs, it's being shared by the camels, and also they use the same water to bathe. It's a kind of challenge. And when you come from maybe a quiet, ideal place, and then meeting such people in such a community, you feel touched and quite unfortunate. You'll not be having a solution to them, but giving them the word. And then comfort that Jesus is coming.
One
day everything will change, of course. Yeah, that's we still preach the gospel of hope to them. Yeah, those are quite challenges, but we have a number of them. And of course, some of the things we do is we are promoting we should take our children back to school, because when they get to understand and have this knowledge, they can come back to the community and be a solution. We cannot help. Yes.
Is there there is taking people to school or urging them to go to school, and there is wanting to go to school. What is the value for education generally in the society? Are like elders for education or against education?
Of course. Of course, many of the elders that we have, naturally, as I said, we are pastoralists, and then they love, they really directed to take, giving a direction that our children are taking care of the
cattle.
cattles.
Okay.
So we do not want them to go to school. So they see from this cattle, that's where their wealth comes from.
Okay.
So they don't see beyond the future in the children going for education. And so as a church, we speak and talk the goodness of a child being at school, being learned.
So how is the response when you're a church minister, you meet a family and you begin to convince them that it's important to let the children go to school? It is important for the future. How is the response? Do you receive hostile response or the understanding?
Well, because we have now diluted their hearts with the word. And so now we can say there is a little love of God in them. So they still entrust us with their children as we take them to school. But quite unfortunate, we have a lot of challenges. One, since it's an hostile area and we do not have enough food. And so we find that the children have now embraced. But when they go to school, there's no food.
So the schools don't have feeding program, or what set of schools are available?
We have a few government schools, but they're quite distant.
Okay.
They trek for quite long. With and of course, whenever they go, and of course some of them, since they embrace school, they say now the government has brought some meals or maybe porridge, so they go there to have a meal.
It's meal motivation.
And because of the kind of situation and the scenarios, the dynamics of the government, the way they do logistics of meals to come from the stores to the schools in the interior, you find that it takes quite long. Okay. And now that demoralized them from going to school. Even if I go, there's no food or there's no porridge. And here we are telling them we should go where?
To school.
So it's better they just go and take care of their herds. Yes.
Now, how is the herding economy? As in, when somebody has livestock, is it able to sustain them, or is it just for survival?
It's for survival. It's really for survival. Of course, they do not slaughter them for so that they eat. It's for they believe in Turkana. We believe that when you have a lot of cattle, it's good for when you are marrying, doing a traditional marriage. And so it's good as an old man or a parent. You keep for your children.
Okay, they are used for dowry or something.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
Okay. No, I'm really interested in the aspect of the church and schooling. So as Life Gate Church in Turkana, what measures are you doing to make education get closer to the people, since you say there is scarcity of schools and they are at a distance, although they are government whatever led? So is there any measures you're trying to, like, let's say, makeshift school or have people come for education in the church compound, things like that?
Wow. Yeah. Thank you so much. Here we do, of course, as I said, we have Lifegate Church, and we have arm of Lifegate Church, and that is now we come to Petuka. Petuka is a community-based organization, and it is there to bring change and support the vulnerable children, and of course empower in aspect of livelihoods.
Okay.
Yeah, and so one of the we actually have a lot of programs that we are taking on. One is feeding the elderly. Of course, the elderly have been left to fend for themselves, because they say God for all and man for himself, and so they have been left alone, and so that's why you find they die so quickly or easily, because they also struggle despite of their,
Yeah, nobody, they are neglected, nobody to take care of them.
Yeah, and so
they
what
have-
we do as Petuka, we do, of course, child development. We support with the little resources we get. We support them in buying scholastic material as a way of, giving them hope, pushing them that education is more important.
Okay.
So we, by the help, of course, of our dear overseer, Bishop, connecting more and to support the community. He's doing quite a lot. So with the little resources, I can quote that, because we have limited resources. And so as a church or an organization, we support them with scholastic materials, books, pens, uniform, and the shoes.
Okay.
So now also, as I was extending, when you get them this scholastic material, when they go back to school, there's no meal.
Okay.
So the result of coming back, but we still push on and pressing on.
Now, how is currently the current structure, government structure, has what we have devolved government? Isn't the assistance you're looking for
Yeah.
also availed by the county government in terms of securing people to go to school? Is there any collaboration between the church and the county government in addressing these challenges of education?
Well, one of the challenges now, I can say this is becoming so strong in Turkana community, more specific, is that the government also is trying to do that. But of course, we had an international organization called Mary's Meal. Mary's Meal came in to provide meals for these schools that are in the interior. Quite unfortunate, the county government also resulted to doing that. But I can say the Mary's Meal did it well, because it was implementing his services, and there was a lot of embezzlement, So they did their service well, and I can give them 100%. But now when they saw the county government chipping in, they withdrew and went to Marsabit.
Okay.
And now the problem comes with the services of the county government is that, yes, we receive these funds, but in whose hands?
So you're saying that the county government system of feeding the students
Yes.
is not working. It has a lot of problems.
A lot of problems.
So
Now,
what needs to be done? What needs to be done in order for that to work seamlessly, smoothly?
Of course, we can now ask for the right people, right channel. Yeah, it's only the right channel.
You're asking people from the county government or from church or from school?
Of course, we can say now it is, the church has to involve in selecting leadership. And now the problem also comes when we can trust you, but at the end of the day, after getting this power, you misuse it. That's the problem we have. And of course, we can say, for example, you are in an office and you receive 100%, So of course, it's not the end of the channel. It goes to the next office. 50% is cut off from the top.
It's cut off by who for what?
Of course, we have the offices within.
Relief food is meant for the less fortunate,
Yes.
and also as an incentive for people to go to school. So you want to tell me that we have government officials who would want to slash this relief food and keep it for themselves?
Of course.
Is that legal or is...
It's illegal. It's illegal. But what can we say? As a common man.
No, that's where I have a problem with you. Whether you're a common man
Yes.
or uncommon man,
Yes.
right is right and wrong is wrong.
Yes.
And you, as the missionary and the voice of God
Yes.
in the place, are you not supposed to call these things to order by calling evil evil and right right?
All right.
Yes.
Thank you for such a question. Now, the problem is here. We have two altars. And I was talking to my brother, Apostle Robert, yesterday, I think the other day. There is church and there is politics. Church itself is an altar. But now you find the problem, the leadership of the church, we are now getting into politics. And now once you move from this altar to the next altar, you're a bit mixing up things. And that's why if you see all the men of God who shifted from a church and went to politics, they have never been the same. The move they had collapsed. And that's where the problem comes. We have the spiritual fathers of nations, or maybe we can say fathers of a city. And now once they receive this,
They receive what?
when
Name
they receive,
it.
when they receive tokens from
Yes.
from the other altar,
Yes.
you cannot speak. And as a young man, we try to speak and communicate, but we find it difficult. Yes.
Hey, that's very dangerous, huh?
And that's why when I was coming this morning, I read in a certain poster that the church does not need revival. It needs reform.
Do you advocate for that?
Of course, I can say I'm advocating because we're a bit lost because we are failing to identify our role as a church. Yes, there are remnants who follow the right doctrines, of course, and they follow. But of course, there are those who are really trying to, smear some kind of, darts in churches or ministry. But we are doing quite good because we cannot say we cannot go in detail in politics because we are in the other kingdom.
The way you are talking is as if we have a parallel operating system. Of course,
Yes.
the problem existing in our midst requires a solution. Whether that solution will come politically or spiritually,
Yes.
what we need to focus on is the solution to the problem that is in existence. The level of literacy in Turkana County is very low.
Very.
Okay?
Yeah.
What we need is to get these people to be literate, able to read and write. So how do we collaborate? The political altar, you're calling it altar, and the church. Is there a way of the two of you agreeing on exterminating illiteracy in Turkana without necessarily you compromising your gospel or them abandoning their political agenda?
Well, personally, with our level as the church and also Petuka, we have begun what you call literacy classes. We have a movement called GOI. Annually, we go to the interior, and maybe sometimes we go to bordering country, and we get some number of people, and we begin literacy class. Yeah, and that's what one of the ways we're going to eradicate that.
Okay.
Yeah, and we are also pushing in our children going to school because that is the only hope. Because when you acquire knowledge, then you cannot be manipulated anyhow. Now, we are manipulated because upstairs we are not. I can say because of a number of people that are illiterate,
Okay.
Yes.
So these literacy classes you're running them through the community-based organization
Oh, yeah.
and together with the church,
Yes.
and you're doing them informally. Informally means you're not following the government structure. You have what we used to call Kumbaro schools.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of Kumbaro school. We have them. Just as I said, we can change our community. But now the only problem is, do you have enough resources to do this? That's why we always speak and ask for missionaries and other church friends, not in political.
Whichever,
Yes.
I told you, wherever the solution comes from, let the
So
solution come.
it's going to be solution.
But on that
Well-
avenue of literacy,
Yes.
what kind of resources do you need? And because right now we are talking to the whole world, you can get somebody who wants to be part of that. So what resources do you need to make sure that your literacy program continues? Of course, church continues and the light finally arrives in Turkana.
Thank you. Well, we have, of course, people that teach the literacy classes. Of course, they need tokens. And, of course, sometimes we really struggle to pay them. And we can say we can push for quite long, but at the end of it, we do not finish because of such a kind of, we are not able to maintain them. But when we have a well-wisher or a friend or a missionary coming in, of course, I am personally inviting anybody to stay with us or with me.
Okay.
It's better for him or her to experience thereafter from his heart, then the will come.
Okay.
Yes.
Interesting. Now, there is the aspect of feeding.
Yes.
You say it has hiccups,
Yeah.
because of the defaults of the county government. Is there a way where this matter can be addressed, like a forum where schools can raise their grievances and get listened to? Because from the way you're explaining, it's like everybody does whatever they want. And if it is not working, we trust God for the next day.
Well, this morning, like as I can say, I was talking to one of the head teacher. I'm partnering with Turkana Education Center. We do not have a school, our own school for the organization. But as I was talking to the head teacher, he was complaining. I heard my friend this morning and actually heard what he was saying. There's no food. Then we have the core curriculum activities like sports and music. So there are no funds to facilitate this. Simply because there is a delay or the money is not there.
Okay.
I can a bit go in details about free education that was there, some in the other government, and right now you find that children or parents are paying school fees. In a community of Turkana, a number of people are not working.
Okay.
And then of course we have a number of well-wishers within. I can say we still have a bigger problem or a challenge in terms of facilitation of this activity to go on smoothly.
Are we talking about a public school that's a government school?
We are talking about public school.
And the capitation money that the government allocates has not come, or what?
Yes. There is delay.
But the president said there is no money required that has not been released to the school.
Well, of course, you can say, they always say when you are talking to any politician, you really need to open your two eyes, physical eyes and spiritual eyes. I'm talking in the other aspect of, as a religious man, you can look at the statement and believe with the physical eyes.
Okay. I don't want to push you in that area
Yes,
because
thank you. I also don't want to.
I know I know why you're avoiding what you want to say.
Yes.
But let's look at it. So as church,
Yeah.
you are closest to the people,
Yeah.
and you can tell the really problem the people are going through better than the politicians who meet the people on the podium.
Yeah.
So what machineries do you want availed to you to sort such a problem? For example, this is a public school. The head teacher is complaining to you.
Yes.
Why can't she complain to the head of education and Ministry of Education?
Just as I told you, funds will come
Okay.
through those channels. But before it reaches the person that is, or the beneficiary, it will get there with a little percentage.
Okay.
And now in this aspect, it has not yet come or arrived.
Okay.
And so you see a common person or a beneficiary suffers a lot. Right now, there are some schools do not have food.
Okay.
And even if we talk about the relief now, whenever it arrives, you need to go through various, protocol. And in some people, they've gotten what you call favor. You make a mere call, and you receive it.
Okay, so if I'm getting you,
Yeah.
what you mean is that the processes that are making these resources available are still jua kali.
Yes.
There is no systematic way of we have received the food, it will go to the chief, and the chief will call the school. Smooth flow. It's now still on the aspect of favoritism. Who you know, if you are connected,
Yes.
you get the items. If you are not connected, you don't.
Yeah. Of course, if I can tell you, Kenya is one of the countries that the politicians are called Weshimiwa, and they are being followed. What am I trying to say? Because you can have a kind of a mentality that you're coming in to help the community or people, but when you get into this office, you now get in with self-interest. You become a selfish person. So now the closest person within you, those are the people who benefit.
Okay. I understand the situation now, but the way I'm looking at it, I have a phrase I use. I say I went to school when school was still school. We used to have maziwa ya Nyayo.
Yeah.
Maziwa ya Nyayo ilikuwa natengenezewa, kulikuwa na depot ya Eldoret kuna nyingine hapa KCC Kangundo Road, and there was one in Daso area. The lorries would distribute milk to the remotest school to make sure that students get milk when is the day for milk. Okay?
Yeah.
If the government of Moi was able to distribute milk to each and every school, what makes it difficult for the county government of Turkana, with their 5 or 10 schools around, unable to distribute food?
Well, there is what you call, or I can say, right now, it was just only last week that the county government paid their own staff.
Oh, the county itself.
It's failing even to pay its own staffs.
Okay, need Bishop to go and pray for them.
And that's why we as a church, we are really praying to come together and build this. And then let us not be beggars.
Okay.
You know, the problem now we have is that in the Bible, these leaders, the kings, used to come to
To the prophet.
the prophets or the men of God for guidance and direction. But now, as a church, we are failing because now we are looking for them and we are giving them advices and direction in their offices, not in our offices.
That's another angle that you are avoiding to talk about, and we'll be handling it in the next session. But what I would want you to, as we begin to conclude,
Yeah.
talk to us openly
Yeah.
on what is required to make a difference. No matter how little the difference is, sustaining that little is better than nothing. And so you expect resources from well-wishers, and how will those resources be channeled to the required offices in order for them to get to the needy people that you talked about, without the usual sabotage that you are complaining about. So look in that camera and talk to us.
Well, thank you so much. As one of the, some of the activities that we do as a community-based organization, that is Petuka, we are there to change the community and, of course, support our people with empowerments, of course. And when we say we really need more resources, personally, I can speak on behalf of Petuka community-based organization. When we have these resources, we can be able to reach a number of children, vulnerable children, and we support them to go to school. Of course, with scholastic materials and the school fees, and more other ways to support. But all we require is the funds. And then two, we also have a scenario that we have a shortage of water. So when we get a number of boreholes, of course, it will eradicate kind of a situation or problems with water shortage. And of course, we have tried to have more connections in looking forward to have, of course, boreholes. And more, especially if we talk about school, because when we have a borehole in school, it will a bit reduce kind of, long trekking with looking for water. And then two, we also have supporting schools, either private school or government school. When we get enough funding, we can provide, of course, meals to this school, because we are there. We are there to be trusted as a church and as a small organization. You need to trust us as Lifegate Church or Petuka organization, and we will give it our services fully to the schools.
Okay, if somebody want to contact Petuka, you said, is it Petuka or Pechuka?
Petuka.
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 Yes.
Petuka. Petuka. Petuka community-based organization. Yes. And we are really there to be trusted by any person, any well-wisher, any missionary.
So how do they reach you when they are looking to support Petuka? Do they call, go to our website, visit your office?
Yeah, we have an office in Nakwamekwi area. When you reach Lodwar Town, is 1 kilometer from Lodwar Town. And of course, when you want to reach us, we are there. You can reach us on petukakenya@gmail.com.
Okay.
petukakenya@gmail.com. And our office number is +254 7698 28
Okay.
I can repeat it again.
Take the number again.
+254 7698 2866. You can come and meet us in the office and we discuss more concerning our community, as we are there to change the community and impact the community, not only by the word, but also showing love.
Okay, thank you very much for
Yes.
making time to talk to us.
Thank you.
We believe we'll talk more.
Welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is it for today, as we have an experience with what is going on in the interior about the transformation that is needed in our country. We encourage you to stay in touch, and please, if you are touched, you want to be part of the transformation of Turkana County, please use the details given and reach out. You don't you don't lose anything by helping somebody rise up. Let's meet in the next episode. God bless you.